literally laying down doing nothing.
This last time on, this music was just not cooperating with me. As I was saying, as last time, well, you know, I can't continue because the stream is on the wrong screen. That isn't supposed to be that way. So I have to change that, and the music's too loud. And I'm dying. It just hates me. There we go. That took longer than it should have. And Chris is messaging me about questions for Cyberpunk in the middle of me streaming D&D. Not gonna answer it. But, as I was saying, apologies there. Last time on Renewal of Shadow, we picked up the night before the day that we would have started on, as Silas and Carolina went to go accomplish the task they were given by the underbelly of the city of Wolford, as they went out, leaving the city, to go and find the Gith caravan and find out what was inside the carriage and bring back one of the weapons. As narrowly avoiding a pack of Schneetriebers as they moved through the wood, they found themselves at the camp, where things seemed off. There was a Gith laying face down on the ground that they could not see until they got closer, was actually dead, had his head smashed in on a log. As the other Gith of the camp were not anywhere to be seen, and there were tracks of a carriage going out of control, heading down a winding path deeper into the wood. As following after, they found a gruesome sight of another dead Gith with his head pushed through a branch, dead from the piercing of that. And then they witnessed what looked like a Gith who was held in chains, a prisoner, sneak up, jumping up on the back of another Gith who was one of the guards of the caravan, and killing him by strangling him to death with his manacles. Silas then approached this Gith man, who eventually introduced himself as Zark, after it was established that he had no intentions of causing any problems with you all. As things were discussed, and directions were given to him to the place he was told of the city of Praxmore, where he would most likely be able to find a planar gateway so that he could accomplish his goals, as he explained some things about himself and why he was captured and so on. But nonetheless, what was inside the caravan was found out, and several of the weapons of the Gith were taken, as the group of Silas and Carolina returned back to the town, and then went to the King's Coin, where they met once again with the leader of the underbelly beneath the King's Coin. And Silas was given permission to buy poisons, and both of them were paid. Carolina, as well, was given some free information about spotting of a maverick, someone of her family, in a town in Destin. As, Ben, you never got to me on if you bought anything from the poison shop with the list I gave you. If you did, message me what you did. You don't have to say it right now, or you can just figure it out later. But,
I'll need message.
Nonetheless, continuing forward with the next day, you all went about your business as was planned, heading to the Church of the Raven Queen to meet with Ronalus Perpetor, the priest of the Raven Queen at the temple, and one of the suspects behind the incident in the town, though suspects in air quotes, as you all did not suspect him at all. But you arrived at Mr. Perpetor's church. Beryl spoke to him and set up getting to move the statues of the Raven Queen to a different to the city so that they could be set up for the festival. Pleased with this, he went to go fetch his carriage and horse so that they could be brought into the town more easily. Before he could do that, though, strange noises emanated from the graveyard. As he said that recently there have been some strange sounds coming from the graveyard, and starting more recently, there were sounds of what were a woman singing that you all heard emanating from it. As finding this suspicious, and with the information you had about the possibility of the man who attempted to collect the vampire's blood possibly going to collect a powerful corpse or artifact from a graveyard, the party decided to go investigate, particularly looking to investigate the mausoleum of Lady Wolford, the founder of the city of Wolford, who obviously meets its namesake. Before that as well, just to touch upon it briefly, it's not particularly super important to the going forward narrative, but it was also discovered that Mr. Perpetor was not of this plane, that he came from a land called the Shadowfell, and he was forcibly taken from it years ago, and that because of the nature of his expulsion from his lands, he has forever been a lot weaker because of it. So that was something that was found out. But nonetheless, you all went forward and went to head into the mausoleum to discover what was happening. As you entered the cemetery, and I wouldn't really say, I guess some respects were given to the Raven Queen presiding over the cemetery, but most just passed by with a simple acknowledgement. And then you all entered the mausoleum using the keys that were given to you by Mr. Perpetor. However, when Isaac went to go unlock the door, he found that the door was already unlocked. As you all descended the stairs and entered, as you found yourself in the cold, dim-lit crypt, where a blackened magic circle stood before the well-decorated tomb at the back of it. Atop the black circle, a charred skeletal corpse, as the singing was now obvious to you all that it was not in fact singing, but a wailing, like a cry. As you all approached to figure out what was happening, you could see that the corpse was also writhing in pain as you looked at it, as it begged in a voice speaking in common, asking why it had been brought back and to be killed. Some investigations were done by the Circle from Isaac, who was able to discern some of the text on it, though it was not text, it was symbols. Again, symbols that matched draconic make, as they appeared to be some sort of ancient draconic symbols that he could literally translate to mean speaking dead. As Isaac theorized that it could be some sort of speaking with dead ritual of sorts going on. But, as I said last time, and as I confirmed with Rogue that this was alright, Soul would clarify that the Speak with Dead spell and ritual cannot affect corpses older than 10 days, and this corpse was assuredly older than that. But, nonetheless, thinking of quick solutions to try and fix what was going on, Astrid attempted a dispel magic upon the circle, and Josie attempted to shoot the corpse. As both had varying degrees of success, with Astrid being able to wipe away some of the circle, and Josie being able to shoot the corpse. As after both of those things had occurred, the wailing grew louder, and then a shadowy figure rose up, spectral and foul-looking, from the corpse, as the creature rose up from the corpse, anger in its eyes, vengeful, but looking also damaged, as if it had been hurt from perhaps the combined efforts that were put forward. As we ended session with rolling of initiatives, Soul and Silas, you may now roll your initiatives. And does anybody have any questions before we begin? Comments or concerns, anything I left out in the recap? Okay. No, I was just checking a message. That's why that took so long.
Oh.
Apologies.
Circle looks great, by the way.
Thank you. But, nonetheless, I'm going to clear music. Did I describe the creatures last session, or did I end before doing that?
You described them.
Okay.
But, Rogue and Ben weren't here for that, so if you wanna...
No. I am going to describe one thing, though. As I forgot to describe this last week, but it is fairly important. As within the room, this at the back appears to be some sort of, like, well-adorned tombstone, well-decorated. Not tombstone, a well-adorned, coffin. Stone coffin. But the lid has been removed off of it, and it is lied on the ground, as that is present, and it had been the whole time, as we are going to pick up where we left off, and I'm going to sneeze first. As we first go to the first thing in the combat, these spectral entities looking like a spectral form of a woman in pain, as it lets out low moans and cries ambiently as it just stands about. As the first thing that will happen upon its turn is I need its character sheet to load. As first, at the start of her turn, I need all of you to make a wisdom saving throw, except for Beryl, because Beryl, are you still frightened, or did I give you a second save?
I am still frightened.
Okay. You sure? Because okay.
I believe.
Yeah, you're still
Yes.
frightened. You're still frightened. You're still frightened.
Yeah, I am.
The other thing was something different.
The other thing was...
Yeah, so you don't have to make the save. You don't have to roll. But I need everyone else in the party to roll me a wisdom saving throw, as the mere presence of this wailing spectral woman fills you all with dread, as the cries and her horrifying visage sends a chill up your spine.
Can I make mine at advantage?
Yes, you can. Okay. Okay, so starting from the top, Anthony, Isaac, that is a success. Carolina, that is a success. Astrid, that is a success. Josie, that is a success. Silas, that is a fail. Soul, that's a success. So everyone except for Silas is going to succeed. As Silas, you are frightened as you gaze upon the spectral, horrifying visage of this woman. As afterward, and those of you that successfully made the throw are immune to this effect. As afterward, she is going to move. She's going to fly over to there. Technically not sharing a space with this guy. He'd be like there, but I had him in the middle of the circle to make it look better initially. And then... Yep. She is going to just shoot her head back unnaturally and then let out a cry that just begins to make your ears bleed, as I need Constitution saves from everyone.
Do I get the Talon bonus for this?
Yes.
Okay.
That is a success from Silas, a success from Isaac, I think. Yes. A success from Josie, a success from Sol, a fail from Astrid, and a success from everyone else as well. Astrid, do you have anything you can do, or is that just a fail?
That's just a fail. Everything I have is to do with charisma.
Fair enough. So, all of you are going to take this, fail or not, including you, Astrid. As all of you take 14 psychic damage as your ears begin to bleed at the screech. But Astrid, you as well, as the screech echoes through your mind, you fall unconscious. As Astrid falls to the ground, completely unconscious.
Pain?
What'd you say?
That's like damage?
14. 14.
Okay.
And that is its turn. Has next, in the initiative, another spectral creature, as what looks like the ghostly visage of a fallen humanoid, standing before you with its eyes gazing about all of you, seemingly just gazing at your still living forms, as it is going to have its character sheet load, hopefully. As it is going to eye Beryl, as it moves its eyes over everyone, seemingly sizing everyone up as it looks. And then it is going to fly forward. As Beryl, it then reaches its arm out to you and attempts to grasp onto you, reaching its hand into your chest. As
She's jealous she doesn't have a body.
I need you to make a charisma saving throw.
Okay. With the bonus?
Yes. That is a success. As the arm enters your chest, as you feel it push its hand into you, as you feel it attempting to push the rest of its body into you, but you are able to beat it out and stop it from entering.
No, it's my body.
And then it'll just attempt to touch you again with its other arm as it glows with a foul necrotic energy. 21.
Oh God. Yeah, it hits.
It's gonna be 16 necrotic damage.
Okay, I am resistant. So 8.
And that is its turn. Josie.
Fuck.
Okay, first real quick, I think Sol is supposed to be right after me.
Why is she not on the initiative? There we go.
You got reordered. Right?
There we go. Sorry about that.
No problem, that's just,
Thank you for pointing it out.
That's a helpful thing. So this guy who was in the middle,
Mm-hmm.
he looks damaged from when he got shot?
The form does not look like it is strong. It looks like it is injured, yeah.
Okay. Well, then... Waste not, want not. I will use my bonus action to Hunter's Mark him.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will shoot him again. I am still using the rifle. I haven't put that away.
Okay. Uh, 12 does not hit. Unfortunately.
Yeah, and that one's broken now.
As it oh, is that a misfire?
I think.
Yeah, it
I'm
is.
Trying to read all my numbers.
In fact,
but
it
I'm
is.
pretty
Yeah,
sure
it's a
it
1
is.
to 3.
Cool.
As the gun just jams as you blast out.
All right, I think because of that, I can't take a second shot because I don't think I can switch guns and shoot in the same.
You can switch. You
Action.
can switch a single weapon between attacks once.
Once, yes. Okay, good for me.
Yeah.
Then I'll quickly switch to the outhand.
Yeah.
And try that.
Also, I thought you had a thing about pistols, but that might have changed.
I think I do too, but I couldn't find it quick enough.
You might not have it at this level. But go on.
Oh, but I do have the quick draw. That's in my thing. Well, anyway. That's better.
28 definitely hits. Very little would not get hit by that.
Cool.
But I don't imagine your bullets are silvered.
No.
So as you shoot this the shadowy entity, your bullet passes through it and it appears to damage it, but it does not appear as effective.
Neat. All right.
I know it's magical, but it's about the silver.
All right, and then I am going to take one step back and then one step here, and I'm good.
Okay. Soul.
Okay. She says, "In the name of Giserian, I rebuke you," and then stamps her foot, creating a explosion of turquoise fire. Turn undead.
Okay, 30 feet.
So all but this one have to make a wisdom saving throw.
As the turn goes off, this one appears to not be affected by it. The one at the center, and the ones directly within the vicinity of it appear to be resisting it with a bit more vigor from just being within its presence. But that is a wisdom save.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fail from this one. I don't know why there's an arrow still on screen. So that one will be frightened. This one succeeds with a nat 20.
Wait, which one? That one wasn't in reach.
Okay.
That was the only one not in reach.
Okay. This one also succeeds. Now the zombos, who are not benefiting from this. It's only 30 feet, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Fail. Success. What's your DC?
15.
Yeah, okay, so one success, another fail, and then another fail. So 3 fail, 1 success, as I will mark them.
Okay. And for a bonus action, she's going to summon a flaming Makuito right there. Spiritual weapon.
Okay. 19 does hit.
Ignore the fire.
Okay. Appears
And-
fully effective.
She points out the ones that were affected and says, "Don't hit them, not just yet."
Oh wait, where did you summon the spiritual weapon?
Right here.
Okay. I thought you pinged wrong. I saw a different ping. Not a huge problem. Okay. Is that you? Alrighty. For those uninitiated, which is just Karina and Anthony, I've added Blair initiatives to my thing for every combat going forward, so that if it is relevant, I will be able to do it and not forget about it. But it's not relevant here. Okay. As it goes to the other one over here, as it's going to move over. And this one is also going to let out a wail. As wisdom saves from everyone but Astrid. Con saves.
Hey.
Okay, so as per last time, everyone takes 11 psychic damage. And Silas, that is a success. Isaac, that is a fail. Beryl, that's a success. Soul, that's a success. Josie, that is a fail. Carolina, that's a success. As those of you that succeed took 11 psychic, and that's it. Those of you that failed take 11 psychic, and you fall unconscious. So Josie and Isaac now fall to the ground unconscious as the screech echoes through their mind. This zombie is turned. As it is gonna run to there. And then I guess, yeah, I mean, it can see this way. Wait, can it move that far? No, why do I think I gotta do that again? Dash. That's it. Isaac, you are unconscious. Roll me a d20. Just unconscious. Beryl.
Okay. This as a instinctual reaction from the fear, I go into a rage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. No, didn't roll it. Alright, so then this creature in front of me needs to make a con saving throw.
Okay. Didn't roll a nat 20.
It rolled a nat 20?
Yes, it did.
Okay. And then I will...
That's stupid.
And then I will attack it recklessly twice.
Okay.
Yeah.
17 hits.
Okay. I'm going to make this a bite of the wilds.
Okay. Is your weapon silvered?
It is not.
Actually, it doesn't matter for this one. Never mind. Apologies.
4.
The question is irrelevant.
Okay.
For now.
No worries. So that is force.
Okay. Didn't have a great AC already, and now it's even worse. Okay. The necrotic appears to do absolutely nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Shit.
Just nothing.
Okay. fine.
Is the necrotic the D4? It is, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So
Yeah, the
just
2d6
it just
plus
takes
4.
It just takes the additional 12. All right.
Second attack.
24 hits.
Yep. Okay, uncheck that.
Okay. Alrighty.
So it'd be 16.
Mm-hmm.
That is me.
Okay. So it'll move to the shadowy creature. As, let's see. Is it? No, it's just has to move 1 square. So it'll move forward 1 square as it's just crying out in agony. As you see its hand reach out toward you, Carolina, and then what looks like this blackened beam of energy begins to emanate from its hand and shoot into you as it is attempting to pull life from you. As does a 17 hit?
Where did I go?
You must have deleted your character. Luckily, I can
did
do
not
that.
forget. Oh, there it is.
Very luckily, I can do that, but your initiative has to be re-added now.
Sorry. 17 you said?
What was your initiative?
Mine was... I went right after this thing, and right before Astrid. I think it was like 12 something.
Yeah, it was 12.8.
12.18, yeah.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
It's alright. It was a 17, yes.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. As you take 12 necrotic damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Boy.
As you feel the life being drained from you.
Constitution?
Yes. That is
I'm gonna use my inspiration on that. It re-rolls it, right?
Reroll with advantage.
Okay. Oh. How much better?
No, that is still a fail, unfortunately. As you are going to have your maximum hit point amount reduced by 12 as well.
Oh my god.
Yeah. That is its turn, though.
Yeah, it's some fucking turn.
It goes to Carolina.
I gotta write something. Like, I gotta keep track of where my initial... Alright, so I'm gonna have the third bar my my old maximum one.
Got it.
Just to keep it remembered. Okay, well, so Soul told us not to hit the ones that she pointed at, right?
Yes.
Okay. And the scimitar that we got yesterday, that was a silver scimitar, right?
It was.
What other properties does it have besides
It's
like
a +2
just like a
silvered
normal-
scimitar. So it
Alright,
has a +2 to hit and damage.
I could have sworn you said +3. I marked it down last session.
Uh,
At least for the longsword.
Does anyone else have it as +3 in their notes?
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Okay,
do.
then it's +3. If that's consistent across all boards, then it's +3. Didn't think you were lying, Ben. I just wanted to make sure.
No, my memory's not infallible either.
So it is a +3 silvered scimitar.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna. I'm next. All right. So I'm gonna attack this thing here.
Okay.
It's the woman. Gotta character sheet up again.
Definitely hits. Do you have sneak attack?
I have. Well, Jesse's unconscious.
You don't need an ally. What does your thing do?
Well, I have a couple ways I can have sneak attack. Targeted with another enemy is within 5 feet of it. So this enemy is in 5 feet of that enemy. So
So you do not have you have sneak attack?
yeah.
You don't need advantage.
It's if an enemy of the thing you're targeting is within 5 feet of it.
You
That's
gain
the
an
normal
additional
sneak
way
attack.
to use your sneak attack. You don't need advantage on the attack roll to use your sneak attack against a creature if you are within 5 feet of it. No other creatures are within 5 feet of you, and you don't have disadvantage on the attack roll.
Yeah.
So yeah, you don't get it.
Okay.
So it's just the 14.
Yeah.
Still pretty hefty hit, even without the 19.
Yeah.
Just would have been a bit heftier. Anything on a bonus action?
Bonus action, I'm going to disengage and move back here.
Okay. And that'll be you.
Yep.
Before it goes to Astrid, the creature moves out from over here as a skeleton moves out. And then we'll move to there. It'll dash and get to here. And that'll be its turn. Second verse, same as the first before it gets to Astrid. Another skeleton. And then it will dash to get to here. And that is its turn. I did measure already, Rogue. They were not in the range of the turn. Just to let you know. As that is them. Astrid, you rolled the d20. You are still unconscious. The one zombie that is not turned is going to start lumbering over. And then it is going to dash to get to the creature it can get to the nearest to, which is Soul. So that is its turn. Silas!
Alright. Do I recall from my book any what sort of method is required to wake someone from this kind of an effect?
You didn't read about this particular type of effect.
Okay.
Roll me the history check.
Okay.
You'd know that they'd have to be hurt to wake up.
Okay. Okay. Well. How can I hurt a bunch of people without hurting them too much?
Good question.
Emotionally usually works.
You gotta be conscious for that to matter, though. You have to care what's house's opinion. Dang, my lady reads are not exactly gentle. That could work. Alright, I am going to intentionally turn my gaze heavily away from the undead that I'm afraid of. I'm gonna bonus action Blade Song, and then I'm going to attack this skeleton.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? I'm not going to Blade Song, but I am going to attack the skeleton. I might Blade Song
Got
after.
it.
We'll see. And I'm going to attempt to Green Flame Blade it. Does 15 hit?
1 second, my thing was being weird. Skeleton, 15 hits.
Okay. Check green blade.
It'd be nice if the HPs were set up for the skeletons, but they're not.
For some reason that feels wrong. Oh, that's right. Okay. And I do get sneak attack. Okay.
As you slash into it, it clumbers to the ground dead.
And I'll have the D8 plus 3 damage. Jump over and hit Isaac.
Okay.
Fire
Isaac?
damage to Isaac.
You take 5 fire damage, and then you are awoken from your unconscious form. As you are awoken by your flesh burning.
Like, everyone, sounds wrong, but we have to hurt each other to wake each other up from these things. And, like, Saus is audibly and visibly shooken currently. And not gazing up towards Astrid or that creature's direction.
Does
That's
green
over
flame blade just naturally apply a +3?
No, it adds your spellcasting modifier. to
Ah,
the
okay.
Jumping flame
Does it? I didn't know
at
that.
D8.
I thought it didn't for some reason.
If you're pre-level 5, all the leap does is your spellcasting
okay.
modifier.
Mm-hmm.
Level 5
Level
adds
5,
the
you
modifier.
add a D8.
Or the D8.
I
Level 5
see.
adds modifier?
No, I see. I see,
You're
I
right.
see.
You're right.
Okay.
Then I will, seeing that I have... Actually, you know what? I'm going to attempt to offhand... it's for Josie, he would do it over protecting himself. He's gonna try to offhand non-lethal stab her with his dagger.
You do know that as unconscious, he is incapacitated, so it would be a crit.
You know what? Not gonna do that.
Coward.
I don't want to. He wouldn't want to kill his sister.
It's fair.
Oh, actually, I don't get to have my modifier to it, and it's a dagger. It won't be any worse than what I was rolling against Isaac. Yeah, I'll try to stab her with the dagger.
Wake up! Poke, poke.
Just the elbow.
Go on then. They're not gonna hit.
He really doesn't want to stab her, obviously.
The advantage would cancel out. So it'd be the flat.
Oh yeah, because that's in the direction of the. Yep.
Correct.
Okay.
Is that your turn?
So that's me.
I need you to make repeat save wisdom. Disadvantage though.
Enough.
You're still frightened. As that is you. Goes to this zombie, with it being turned. Move to there. And then run. They get a repeat save at the end of their turn, Rogue, or no?
Let me check. No repeat save.
Okay. So that is that one. It goes to this one. Run. That's it. Top of initiative, this Banshee. Banshee, huh? It's going to dip. As it runs that way. That was 20. And then it's gone. This goes to this spectral figure again. As it is going to just attempt to grasp its hand on you with its withering arm again. Barrel. That is a crit. This is not going to feel nice. So that's going to be 35 necrotic damage.
Cool. I am down. Oh,
Is
wait,
that
no.
halved?
No, I'm not. 35. That's
17.
17. Okay, I'm not down.
That's its turn. Josie, you are unconscious. You can roll me a d20. Still unconscious. Soul. I'm still here. I'm just turning off my air conditioner.
She is going to use her bonus action to cast a second level healing word on Daryl.
Okay.
And then reconstructive healing.
Got it.
Quick maths. Let me mark that off before I forget. Sorry. Then she's gonna look out at Astrid and firebolt.
Okay.
25.
Yeah, it's not the crit because it's at disadvantage.
Thank God.
It hits.
14 still. Jesus Christ.
Oh. Because you can't non-lethal that. Astrid would actually be unconscious after that one, I think, right?
Wait, what?
No.
I'm at 20.
No, I'm talking about if it was the crit.
Oh.
It's 14.
Don't you try to gaslight me into believing you're not you're not at 27 HP. No, I'm kidding.
Not anymore.
But that hits as Astrid, you are awoken by your flesh burning.
Oh, great.
Is that you?
Yep.
Okie dokie. Do barrel roll me a D100. On the lair initiative, a rumbling fills the room as the ground shakes for a moment, and then the sound of what sounds like a massive amount of ravens cawing and screeching fills the room as the sound just emanates about, as all of the creatures around you seemingly clutch their heads in pain as something happens. As the ghost dissipates, as it lets out a screech of pain and just vanishes. And the zombies appear to be damaged by this as well, but they do not awaken from the stupor of the turn. And the skeleton's barely hanging on. Hang in there, skeleton. As that happens, and then that happens. As it goes to this one, let me roll a thing. Nope, doesn't get another one. As it will move forward to here, as it's going to try and reach out to Carolina. That is a natural 1, Carolina. You can attempt a dexterity check against a dexterity check to see if you get a retaliating attack.
Oh boy.
You do not. It rolled a 14. So no attack is made, but that is its turn. This zombie. 20 feet to there, and then it runs off screen as it makes it up the stairs, fleeing. Isaac.
Did the ghostly boy react to the ravens?
It clutched its head in its pain, and its form shimmered, but it still stands.
Um. hmm. Yeah. Okay. We'll shoot 2 Eldritch Blasts at it, at the ghostly boy.
Okay.
First shot.
19 will hit.
Second shot.
24 will hit.
Damage, but hey, what are you gonna do? And then remind me. Actually, I could just read it, but okay, no, never mind. I'm good.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
As a reaction, as the last attack goes off, as it hits into him, it's going to look out to you as it shrieks out, as energy moves out from its body as it shrieks. I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw. Ooh. That is going to be a fail. As Isaac, you take 8 psychic damage as this shriek goes off, and you are terrified. Which is basically frightened, no. It is not, actually. 1 second. Because it is not, I'm frightened does not work the way I think it does. Okay. You are now terrified by this creature. On your next turns, you must use your movement and action to move as far away from it as possible. And for every 30 feet that you move on your turn, you take a d4 psychic damage.
Okay.
And you'll get a save at the start of the turn for you, not at the end. So before any of that happens. That is your turn, though, right?
That's my turn, yep.
Okay. As it goes to Beryl.
Okay. I didn't want to interrupt anybody else's turn, but I realized a little bit too late that I think I might have still been frightened on my turn, so when I recklessly attacked, it probably would have been at straight rolls.
Okay.
Which I was just double checking, and I realized that both of those probably would have missed. If that affects anything whatsoever.
What were the rolls?
It was, well, one of them was a natural 1. The one before it was an 11.
By this point, it didn't really matter.
Okay. Then I will just leave it as it is.
You just are frightened then, though.
Okay. Do I make another save or no?
At the end of your turn.
At the end of my turn? Okay. Okay. I can't move closer to that guy, correct?
You cannot.
Okay. Damn, that really locks me up. But, however, I can, as a bonus action, shoot another bolt of lightning. So I will target it at him. He has to make a con save.
Okay. I imagine it fails.
DC 15.
Yep, fails.
Okay. So he takes 1 radiant damage.
Okay. Alrighty.
And then I can't move anywhere. So I'm just going to stand there and shake in my boots.
Alright, repeat save at end of turn. Did you get a wisdom save? No dice.
Alright, it's my turn.
It's a goes to the shadowy one, as it's going to move one. It's going to move closer, and it is going to attempt to drain essence from the unconscious Josie. Is an 18 to hit.
Yep.
Okay. So that's going to be 14 necrotic damage. It is not a crit, despite you being incapacitated, because it's not within 5 feet. I need a Constitution save. That is a fail. Your maximum HP is reduced by 14. And that is its turn. Carolina.
That wake her up?
Does his wake them up? Yeah. As that would wake you up, Josie.
I accidentally just went out of the fucking roll 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Classic me.
Classic James.
Massive mistake.
Yeah. Don't remind me.
While that's happening, I was wrong, by the way, Anthony, about the effect. You don't have to use your action to do it as well. You get to move. You have to move the additional 30 feet, and then you get a save before you waste your action again. So you get 2 saves, one at the start, and then one when you almost have to move again.
Okay, gotcha.
So I was wrong about that. I didn't read it correctly. Sorry, James. Go on.
I'm gonna attempt to attack this thing again.
Okay. Uh, 16 hits.
This time I will have.
Not nearly as good sneak attack.
Yeah.
But as you carve into it, is that you? Bonus action for anything?
I can't. I have to spend an action drinking a potion, right?
Incorrect.
I can do it on
This game,
bonus
yeah.
action?
This game's healing potions are allowed to be drank on bonus actions in this game.
Alright, so then I'm gonna drink one of the basic healing potions I have.
Okay.
But other than that, yeah, that's my turn.
Okay. This skeleton's dead, but this one is alive, and it will take a scimitar attack, a short sword attack at Carolina. Does a 10 hit you, Carolina?
No.
And that's its turn. Astrid. As you are conscious.
We've burned some of the circle away, right?
Yes, a bit of the circle burned away. When you
But
dispel
some of
magic.
is it still emanating magic?
Yes.
Alright, Astrid's gonna do dispel magic again then.
Okay. Roll me a charisma check.
Come on. What the fuck?
Unfortunately, it does not burn away any of it.
Yeah, and I can't add my charisma thing to it because I already did
already
that
did
in
that.
the same day.
Yep. As it does not burn away, unfortunately.
Yeah.
As you attempt to do it, though, you can see that as the spell goes to target it, the magic that shimmers a bit as you're attempting to, mess with it, make it fade. And you can see that the magic is intrinsically tied to the shadowy creature as well. When it shimmers in reaction, the shadowy creature shimmered in reaction as well.
Okay, she's gonna yell. If you have anything that can harm the circle, do it. They're attached. And then she's going to cast a bonus healing word on herself.
Okay.
She was on fire.
And that's you?
Yeah.
This zombie is going to take 3 attacks at souls. It will attempt to bite and then claw, as it will hit just on the bite, which is a crit, as a 23. Sorry, at least I don't think a 16 hits you, right, Soul?
17 is the mark.
Okay, so the second one would not hit you. As it bites into you, dealing 5 piercing damage. And that's it. Silas.
All right.
What a very unimpressive thing to crit on.
That's not meant to make some sense to you, Jake. As you said, to decide what he's gonna do, and yep, that's not how I thought. The bonus action, as Silas looks like he's about to slip out one of his face steps, he reaches out and touches Josie on the ground, and just shakily looks at her and goes, "Don't leave me," and have her face step, assuming she's willing.
Are you willing, Josie?
Yeah, sure go.
Here.
Okay.
No, I don't get to go with her. It's her.
Oh, it's
instead of
just
me.
her? Okay.
Yeah, that's why Scared Silas still gets to be Scared Silas.
Okay.
And then action, I'm gonna swing my sword at the thing in front of me.
Okay. Hits.
Although instead of green flame, I will do. Yeah, fuck this thing. I'm gonna hit it with phantasmal spikes as well as my cantrip mind strike.
Okay.
Fuck, this thing has got him spooked.
Alright. As you hit into it, as it cleaves through, as its big form begins to dissipate, as it does, it lets out one last shriek that almost echoes entirely only in your ears. So I need you to make a wisdom save again, though at disadvantage because of the frighten still being in effect.
Yeah, that's what I expected, to a degree. 10! There we go.
Fortunately, that is a fail, a 10. As
I thought so.
that is going to be 20 psychic damage you take as it falls to the ground dead.
And Silas falls to the ground unconscious.
As it seemingly echoed some of the strength of the hit that you had laid into it as it fell to the ground dead. So that is its turn. Well, that was your turn, right? Well, you're unconscious. You don't need to make a death
my
save.
turn. Yeah, it's over.
Okay. This one gets off screen. This one is off screen. The Banshee. Off screen. Josie.
Okay. Well. So, they were less effective, but it still appeared to do some damage shooting him.
Yeah, it didn't do nothing. It just wasn't as effective.
Alright. Well. First things first. I'm gonna bonus action, drink a healing potion.
Okay.
I am very close to death.
That's very true. Alrighty.
Okay. And since he's still hunter's marked, I'm going to attempt to shoot the crowned man.
Okay. That'll hit. That'll also hit. I believe it already used its reaction, too.
You hit Isaac with its reaction?
Yes, it did. Okay. As you do a decent chunk of damage to him. Is that you?
That is me.
Soul.
Okay. Second level cure wounds. on Silas.
Okay.
And reconstructive healing.
Mm-hmm.
Quick maths. That was her action.
Above bleeding.
And bonus action, she's going to move this thing 20 feet to here
Mm-hmm.
and take an attack with the spiritual weapon.
Okay. 11 is not going to hit.
That's her turn.
Okay. Zombie's gone off screen. Moves another 40. Isaac. Saving throw at the start of your turn. Wisdom. That is a fail. You move 30, I believe is your full movement, correct?
Yes.
And then you take a d4. As that is max 4 psychic damage. And then I need another wisdom save.
All right. Here it goes. Oh, come on.
Damn.
Bad.
Then that is
Isaac is just screaming, just waving his arms above his head.
It's another 30, and you're at 1 HP, so I think this would down you either way. Unless you have something that mitigates or stops damage completely.
No, but I was looking through my thing. Did we ever say that I was resistant to psychic damage, or no?
No.
Okay, yeah, I didn't think so. I just, for some reason, it was sticking in my head.
But Isaac falls unconscious after running. That does end the effect. So, you don't have that going on when you wake up.
All right.
That is you. This goes to Beryl.
Okay. Alright. I mean, can't do much while frightened. So just another con save from the Crowny boy.
Okay. That is a fail.
Okay. He takes 6 radiant this time.
As the 6 radiant goes off, it burns away at him as he dissipates and disappears.
So I'm no longer frightened.
I think you were frightened of the circle, not him.
Oh, I just thought they were linked. So
They are linked, but
I became frightened when he.
No, you became frightened
Here,
when you
right?
looked at when you gazed at what was going on in the circle.
Oh, okay.
Because you gazed upon what was happening with the soul torture in the middle of the circle, and then you became frightened.
Okay. All right.
I'll say you can get 2 saves, so give me a save now. We'll say it's at advantage. And then you get another at the end of your turn.
Come on.
Well, 10 will do it.
Oh, thank God.
So you're no longer frightened.
Awesome. That's me. Yeah, it's at the end of my turn, so that's me.
All right.
Cool.
Before it goes to Carolina, though, as the creature died, so basically, Astrid, when you cast the spell magic, one of these symbols here, you see the little, like, almost trident-like symbol, vanished from the circle after that happened.
Yes.
Immediately after it died, another one of those symbols vanished. And now, before it goes to Carolina, from the center of the circle again, another wail is made out as crying intensifies and the body continues to writhe even more as another one of these things looking even weaker rises up from the center.
Okay.
And
Don't worry, I
then
got this on my next turn.
is going to make its attack toward Beryl, as it'll go to reach its hand out, seeing her abundance of life. 23.
Yeah.
What's your AC right now, Beryl?
20.
I'm gonna do lunar blah, 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 blah.
Virtue.
Yeah, lunar virtue, which gives you a +4.
So that will not hit.
Will not hit.
As the essence goes to drain from you, but then Astrid's protection of the moon beats it back. He takes radiant damage too, correct?
Takes 10 radiant damage.
Okay.
Nice.
As that is his turn. Wait, does he get any? Yeah, he gets a second one now after that. As he will take a second one at you then, Astrid.
Yeah.
20.
I mean, yeah.
As that is going to be 18 necrotic damage. Need a constitution save.
I'm so small.
Oh,
Okay.
God.
As it appears to be a bit faster now, after coming through this time.
Is my max HP reduced?
Yes, your max HP is reduced by 18.
Okay.
As that is its turn, though. Carolina.
Alright, seeing this, now that another thing popped up, the skeleton's still behind me. So how does the skeleton look right now?
Bad.
Okay.
It is a skeleton.
Yeah. I'll disengage from the skeleton, like disengage away.
Bonus action disengage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Move over here, and I'm going to attack the
Yeah, okay.
ghost creature thing.
Roll your attack.
Okay.
18 will hit. I think you get sneak attack.
I get to attack now.
I think so, because look, there's no one within 5 feet of him, and there's no one within 5 feet of you.
I always just forget sneak attack.
So I'm pretty sure that constitutes a swashbuckler sneak attack.
Yeah.
It does, yeah.
So you get sneak attack.
Be 3d6 for you.
No, it's 2d6, right?
Mine's 2d6, and yours one higher than mine.
Okay, so then.
It is 3d6 level 5. Okay. Is that you?
Yeah, that's me.
Okay. As then it will go to the skeleton. It'll follow right after you.
Hey, come on.
As it's gonna take a swing with its scimitar, a short sword. I always think it's a scimitar because I always picture skeletons wielding scimitars. 22.
Yeah. 22 to hit?
Yeah.
Sounds
Yeah,
like a
that
lovely
hits.
thing. Because I also think that.
Yeah. I'll uncanny dodge it, though.
Okay, so that it would be 5 piercing.
Cool. That's all the health I have, so I'm down.
You uncanny dodged. So it should be halved.
Oh, I thought it was... okay.
No,
I thought
no,
it was
no, no.
5%. Alright. So what, that's 2 or
Yeah.
3?
I mean, I guess in theory the skeleton could maybe do 10 damage, but more likely, nah.
Okay. Alright.
As he would slam into you with it. That's his turn. Astrid.
She's using her amulet to cast Moonbeam at 3rd level.
Okay. And where is it going?
Little box. It is going to go here.
Okay. As it burns away at the corpse as well there. It needs to make a con save, the Wraith. Does make a 16 by rolling double 16s.
Okay, does the little trident seem affected?
It does not seem affected by the moonbeam now.
Okay.
But it is burning away at the figure constantly.
Okay. And then she's gonna pop up another healing word for herself because she's tired.
Okay. Or, I should say, you can tell it's affecting it, but not in a way that would matter.
Not like snuffing it out.
It's
okay.
not in the way that would matter in the short term.
Me.
Like, maybe if you left it on there for like an hour, it could do something, but...
Yep, that's me.
As that is you, it'll go to this zombie. Not moving, it'll take its 3 attacks. Bite. Claw, claw. 21 on the bite, the other is a 5 and an 8. So the bite hits, I imagine, yeah?
Yeah.
4 piercing as it just bites into your shoulder.
Radiant Rebuke.
Okay. This man did 4 piercing to you, and you said, fuck him.
Yeah.
This man did 4 piercing to you.
Damn, on the damage roll.
Soul's like, actually, fuck this.
Oh,
Fuck
wow.
this zombie in
He
particular.
actually made that save?
Oh, God.
Still up.
Oh, man.
He's a -2 to dex, so he needs to roll a 17 or better to actually make the save.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, fuck this
And
zombie.
he rolled a 17. The zombie's barely hanging on there as it is burned away by the Radiant Rebuke, as it is just not looking good. It's its
Fuck
turn,
me!
though,
Fuck you!
as it goes to Silas.
Is that zombie Job and undead Job in a different reality?
Yeah, 'cause fuck that guy. Something like that.
Question: Am I still frightened?
No, the creature's dead.
Okay. As Sal's to get himself up,
Yours was the
immediately
Banshee, correct? The
Yeah.
spectral... Okay, yeah, then you wouldn't be.
in a brief panic, his gaze whips around until he sees Josie, and then calms his nerves calm. Seeing that over there is still a problem. Action, going to chill touch the black spectral creature, undead.
Okay.
Which actually, no, I'm not. Yeah, I am. I don't want it to heal. I don't know if it'll do damage to it. No, I don't think anyone's on necrotic to that thing.
To this thing? Chill to hitch. Is it necrotic damage?
Is ignore obviously all the rider damage.
It does
I need to
nothing.
check all that. Okay. It has disadvantage on its next attack, and it can't heal
Okay.
until the end of my next turn.
That would be the only thing it did then.
With that being the case, we'll throw a dagger at the zombie by soul.
Okay. Is that a bonus action?
Yeah, offhand.
Okay.
Dex mod off because it's offhand.
That'll hit, as it'll fall to the ground dead. Was that 1 HP?
Oh, okay. Hey, max damage dagger. Look at
It
that.
had 11 HP and would
Took 10 radiant.
so it took 10 radiant.
Yeah. And then with that, Silas is running to here.
Okay.
And that's Silas.
Gone. 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 Josie.
Okay. Well, oh, that's a new man in the Moonbeam, huh?
It'd still be Hunter's marked.
Okay. I don't know how coming out of a circle works.
It's a new man.
He's a new man. Well,
It's a new year. It's a new him.
I still cannot do magic on the circle, so I will continue to try to do damage to him.
Okay. 21 will hit. 25 will hit. Alrighty. As you blast it, and its form disappears again.
Cool. That will be me.
Okay. Soul.
Second level healing word.
That's another trident is
Isaac.
erased from the circle, by the way.
And then on top of that, reconstructive healing.
Okay.
Who is this for?
Isaac.
Isaac.
Oh, sweet.
And she's going to.
Oh, max on the reconstructive healing. Nice.
Move to here. Then
8 will not hit.
move to here.
Is that
And
you?
that's her turn.
Okie dokie. Gone. Isaac.
I will move over here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yep. And I will take a first shot against the skeleton harrowing Carolina.
Okay. 24 hits. As you
This the
blast it, and it falls to the ground.
Ah, sweet.
Bones.
Let me say something. Hang on. No, I'm out of range. Never mind. That's all I could do because there's no more enemies at the moment.
I mean, you could probably see... No, by this point, they're not inside the building anymore. That's not true. They're mad gone.
Could I like hold an attack for when I think the ghostly boy is going to show up again?
You already used your action.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, sorry, this is me. I forgot.
And that's you?
Yes.
Okay. Barrel.
Okay. Frantically looking around, not seeing anything. But previously having seen another one of those creatures pop up, she's going to take a step forward, and just ready an attack at any enemy that appears.
Sure.
That's gonna be me.
Alright, as the circle flares up again, the creature appears. Give me 1 second. At the center of the circle once more. As it will appear. and be there. You can take your 2 attacks.
Okay.
This one will miss.
Yep.
And that will miss as well, as it appears to also be harder to hit now.
Rolling like trash.
As it is going to reach its hand out toward Beryl. The essence pull her out towards Beryl. 20.
Yep, hits.
As you take 18 necrotic, need a con save.
Con save.
Yes, its next attack should have been at disadvantage, but it's still 20. Yeah, because 20 or 23. That's a success! And as its attack went off at Beryl, its 2 more spectral arms appears at its side and go to drain essence from both Carolina and Astrid as well. As 2 attacks at them. 1 attack of each. So, at you, Astrid, that is a 10. Doesn't hit, I imagine.
No.
And at you, Carolina, that is a 24.
Yeah, that hits.
Carolina, what's your AC?
15.
Yeah, I can't help you there. Sorry.
Your AC's
Also, that feels incorrect.
That's
Unless...
really?
I mean, you haven't gotten an armor upgrade, have you?
No.
Hasn't gotten an armor upgrade, and I don't think you have any protection items.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, so that's, yeah. As you take 16 necrotic damage, I need a con save.
If I become down after the damage, do I still make the con
Yes.
save, or...
Your body can still fight back against it.
Well, can't fight back that well. It's an 8.
Yep. Was just given a moment, stretching. As that is a failure, max HP is reduced by 16.
Nice.
So what's your max HP right now?
My max HP currently is 26.
And it's going down by 16.
Yeah.
So your max HP is 9.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, 10.
Well, light breeze could kill you.
Yeah. I feel like I'm back at being level 1.
That's its turn, though. Carolina. Wait, is that its turn, actually? Nope, you're not dead, so it is its turn. Carolina, I need a death saving throw.
Not good.
I shouldn't have mentioned you not being dead, as that is 2 death fails.
Yeah.
Skeleton's dead at the very least, and it'll go to Astrid. Okay. Did it need to make a save on its turn as well? It needed to make a save on its turn exclusively, didn't it?
Well, I wasn't sure because if it was the same creature, then it would have been the same round, so it wouldn't have taken it again.
Okay.
Because we were that's how
it would
Hunter's Mark
constitute.
worked.
It is constituted as the same creature. So.
So yeah, I wouldn't have taken damage that round for that.
Okay. Does fail the save though.
Okay. And then Astrid is going to cast Healing Word at 2nd level on Carolina.
But I don't think that takes your action or anything for that to happen.
No, it doesn't. It takes me a bonus action to move it.
Okay. So, you have your action still. Just wanted to make sure. So, what are you going to do?
She's going to shoot a Ray of Frost at the Ghost Boy.
Okay. It hits. Cold does not seem as effective.
It's something. So yeah, Carolina, you heal for 7. And then she's going to... Have I seen this thing's reach?
It has been draining you from at least 10 feet away.
Okay. I can't afford an opportunity attack, then I will stay here.
I thought you were rich. So that's
Not
you?
in life right now.
That's
yeah,
you?
that's me.
Okay. Silas.
Seeing this thing is still up, or up again. Try out some magic here. I think that's touch. Yep, that sucks. Alright, well, then insinuation it is. It needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. What's your DC? Because it rolled an 18.
Should just pop up. 15. So you made save. So half damage, and I don't even think he can be affected by the effect, which was incapacitated.
Well, might be surprised.
You would, but he's not affected even if he could be. So just half psychic.
Okay.
And then at this range, at disadvantage, we'll chuck a dagger at it.
Okay.
I do.
Alright, that 22 will hit.
Yep, barrel. Non-magical, non-silver.
Okay. That's you?
It is. Does it actually hurt it with being non-magical? And
Oh,
non-silver?
it doesn't do any damage at all.
Okay, just flies right through it. Got it.
Yeah, it just flies right through it.
But that's what I was wanting to know.
Yeah.
Okay. That's me.
Gone even further. Gone even further. Banshee. Josie.
Okay. Well, I will continue trying to put bullets into it.
Okay. $13 will not hit. 29 will hit. Okay. And she blasted again.
That's me.
All right. Soul.
How's everyone looking?
Can you guys
I'm
not
above half.
see each other's HP bars? Oh, yeah, I never did that, did I? Okay.
Not doing too good.
Yeah, but there's nothing we can do for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you
hey,
have 7 hit
Carolina,
points right now, right?
Can you please remove the skull and crossbones from your person?
He's unconscious. No, he's not unconscious.
No,
He's not unconscious. I healed him.
Oh, she never put.
Yeah.
He never put the HP back on too.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
That was mine.
You have 7 hit points.
Yeah.
So
I
you're
also have
above
7
bloody.
hit points.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
technically above bloody.
Oh, honestly, I'm looking pretty good.
He does look. She does look weak and frail, and her skin has pigmented, very white.
Yeah. As far as HP goes, top notch, really.
Hey, everyone else?
I'm bloodied.
I'm bloodied.
I'm way below bloodied.
Way below bloodied?
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Doop. Doop. Just gonna walk over to here.
Mhm.
And cast 3rd level Cure Wounds.
Okay.
See how this works out. And my last reconstructive healing.
No, don't bother.
I-
My HP is reduced.
Makes sense. And bonus action, going to use spiritual weapon on Crown Boy over here.
That's crit. As you smack into it, it disappears once again. As the last trident is eviscerated from the circle. And then silence fills the room. We're still in initiative, though.
I don't have much left. I think to get out of here.
I would like that.
That was her turn, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Jake, do I know of a method that doesn't require a specific spell like Dispel Magic to disrupt arcane circles?
No, you would not. You would have to do specific researches into something like that.
Huh. I just thought I'd ask.
Fair enough. As it goes to the 20 round and before anything else happens, the corpse, burnt and writhing in pain, still rises up as it begins to scream once again. This time, unmistakably, a screech of cries and pain. As Beryl, I believe you still have your Detect Magic going, correct?
Yeah.
The draconic arms that wrapped around it have now all vanished with the disappearance of the tridents. As the tridents were where they emanated from. I'm going to delete the writing. The drawing on here really quickly. As now, from the circle, the smaller circle drawn at the tip of the circle, you see what looked like a just flooding of tentacle-like shaped, shadowy arms shoot out from it and begin wrapping around the figure, the visage of it, as she just begins to cry out in pain as it is pulling the golden essence toward this open circle-like area there. And upon you seeing that, I do need you to make a sanity saving throw, in fact.
Cool.
As this unpleasant music is playing as well. You make your sanity save, wow! I think it's the first one you've ever made, too.
I'm pretty sane.
As you look upon it, and it causes you to tremble and with fear, but it does not do anything more than that, as the figure is just being writhes in pain and is being pulled this essence. As you can now see it being pulled from the corpse, as you are seeing them as two distinct parts in some way, as the essence is being pulled. You going to say anything, do anything?
With like just tears streaming down my face, I'm just shouting at it. Stop it! Stop it! Give it back! That's it.
People are free to react to that and do whatever they need to.
Beryl, what's going on?
It's taking something out of her! I don't know, it's some, golden wispy stuff. It's being ripped out of her! She's in pain!
I don't suppose golden wispy stuff means anything specific to me, Jake.
It wouldn't.
Okay.
Where do we aim, Beryl?
There! The circle right there! Points at the top, right there.
Barrel's the only one who could see the tentacle things, right? We just see the
Correct.
body
You
floating.
just see the body floating and the cries of pain and everything, and such.
We're still in initiative, though, right? All we can do is free action talk right now.
Correct. But I will advance it forward.
Okay.
As... I can just remove him. That's fine. Isaac? Do you have anything you'd like to do?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. I'm going to use Awaken Mind on the corpse.
Are you even within range of that?
I have Spell Sniper. It's a Awaken Mind says 30 feet, but
Awaken Mind is not a spell.
It's not a spell? Okay.
No, it's
in that
ability.
case, then I'll run up into range if I could do that. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So I should be within 30 feet of it. Yeah. I'm gonna use Awaken Mind on the corpse and say, "How can I help you?" Not in that tone of voice, but
You've reached Isaac Darrow.
Welcome to Chili's.
Right? Thank you, Alex.
You just get screaming in your mind. It's just screeching in pain. But you get nothing else happens from doing it.
alright. Well, it's kind of my action. Unless I could do something
Awaken
else.
Mind is just talking, it's not an action.
Oh, okay.
It's effectively speaking because it's just, you get the telepathy. At least it doesn't say anything about it being an action.
Yeah, no, I don't think it is. I think it's just telepathy.
Mm-hmm.
Let's roll a bravery check. And by that I mean wisdom. Okay. Isaac is gonna man up, and he's gonna try something silly.
Okay.
He's going to I'll lay it out, see if you'll allow it to be within initiative. What I want to do is I want to run up to the circle, to the small circle that Beryl said, and I want to touch the crystal rod to the small circle and try to focus my thoughts on it and absorb the energies from it, the magic. Would you allow me to do that?
I don't know if you, per se, know how to absorb energies through your scepter.
No, I know that, but, like, he's just thinking about it only because the crystal face said that he could absorb magic through it.
Said he could eat magic items, yes.
Eat magic items? Okay.
I don't think you could do that. I think...
He did specify eat magic items, so it wasn't. He didn't say it was like a suck up magic.
Yeah.
So you know what?
I mean, I'll give that you can try to run up to it and press the crystal against it, and if you have a spell slot, use a spell slot and see what happens. But it would be a shot in the dark at what you'd be trying to accomplish then. Unless you have a specific spell you want to cast.
I do not. Yeah. Let's just call that a wash.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
don't think
appreciate
have
the creativity, but not quite there on that one.
Yeah.
Maybe when the crystal's a bit stronger, perhaps. Beryl, anything you were going to do?
Yeah, I will. I can see the tendrils, right?
Yes.
Would you say I could treat that as a creature and target it with my chest of radiant light?
Whether or not anything would happen, you don't know, but you could try.
I would try first.
Yeah, nothing would
so-
happen. It wouldn't affect it.
Okay. And then let's see. Hang on. Knowing Beryl, what she would do, what she knows that she can do, and not really going off of much more than that. You said that the skeletal figure, it's pretty much just remains at this point because of Josie blasting it, or is it like
There's bits of it left, but like it got pretty badly blasted. It's not like together anymore.
does it seem like the golden energy is coming out of any particular?
No, they're not. It's not really coming from any parts of it or anything like that.
It's just okay. Josie's gonna try and
Josie.
sorry, sorry, I just said Josie from the previous sentence.
Mhm.
Beryl's gonna try and grab and pull as many of the parts as she can of the skeletal remains out of the circle.
You're gonna touch the skeletal remains.
Yes.
Okay. One second. Is there anything in particular you're starting with touching?
The skull, if it's mostly intact, but like if it's just a bunch of pieces, she's gonna just like try and scoop up as many.
No, the
as she
skull's
can.
intact. As you go to touch the skull, as you place your hand upon it, you instantly feel almost what feels like a shoot of pain go up your arm, as if something just shoots through your arm as it just goes up it. As you feel something writhing inside your arm, and I need a wisdom saving throw. As you attempt to pull back.
Would I get the benefits of the amulet?
It is not undead.
Okay.
That would make it as you feel yourself fighting off whatever is writhing its way through your arm, as you believe it is mostly an affliction of the mind as you fight against it. Attempting to pull the skull back and get off, though, you find, however, that as you attempt to pull away from the circle, it does not move, and you have to apply some effort. Roll me an athletics check. And as you do... well, wait, before that. As you pull the skull and as you reach the side of the circle, you do see as you pull, applying force to it, you are pulling it away from the essence. Like you're pulling it out of the golden wisps.
Okay, seeing that she would not do that. Can I haven't technically used an action yet, right? I can
Sure.
like I'm gonna try and break the like dark circle with my Makuhito.
Just hitting the circle.
Yeah.
Okay. Where are you aiming?
Right there, right where the dark circle that's
Sure.
pulling the energy.
Roll an attack.
Reckless.
16, as you smack the ground, you can roll damage, but you can tell the hit isn't particularly strong as it just beats against the ground.
I'm gonna try and apply. I know this is just lunacy. I'm trying anything grasping at straws. I'm going to apply a bite of the wilds to it.
And depending on the roll, it could be less effective. It could be more effective.
Yep. 6.
It's not grasping at straws. It's trying to use everything you got.
Yep. It's lightning.
Yeah, as you beat against it, it, like, shoots the lightning against the ground, and the ground becomes, like, electrified there for a moment, but it doesn't, like, break the stone any further. It just chars it a little bit. And to the credit, the charring does appear to do a little bit. The circle is stalled, at least for a moment. You can tell it's moving a bit slower, but it doesn't appear to do much aside from that.
Okay.
But it does slow the pulling from the tentacles at the very least.
I will not remove my hand from the skull.
Okay. Sure. As you'll have your hand on it, and when something else happens, I will let you know.
That's my turn.
Carolina, do you have anything you want to do?
So, the coffin in the back, that's the only one that's open, right?
Yeah, the other coffins are closed.
Okay. I want to go over and look, like, around the coffin and, like, look inside.
As you go over and you look inside the coffin, you see an empty coffin for the most part. The coffin itself is completely empty, and it feels like the thing was broke open. The top of the coffin. As you look inside, and mostly empty aside from what looks like a single amulet inside the coffin. That has a golden chain and is designed with the profile of a single dragon's head, and the dragon's head appears to be what looks like a silver color.
That's the only thing in this coffin. Like, there's nothing, like, around the area either.
You
It's
can
just
see
like
disturbed cobwebs as if it was very dusty until recently.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll take the amulet and I'll, like, before I touch the amulet, I'll let the others know about it and see if maybe they think that there's something that we can do with it.
Does that symbology mean anything to Silas?
I'd say that most people, upon seeing the symbology, could say it looks a bit similar to what you'd expect, like, a Tiamat symbol to maybe be. But the symbol of Tiamat is several dragon heads, several profiles of a dragon head, and they're all chromatic dragons, whereas it's a metallic dragon that's being depicted there, and it's a single dragon head. So, thematically, it looks similar to a Tiamat symbol, but in, like, its actual, like, design, it isn't one, and you don't particularly know what it is. Doesn't have any, like, historical relevance or religious relevance that jumps to your mind at the very least. Passively though, no, you're far away, so no. Never mind.
Is there a name? Is there a name or anything on the, like, around the grave?
Etched in common on the wall above it is the name. I have to pull up the name. I don't know why I have to pull it up. I gave it to you guys yesterday. But I forget this woman's first name.
Emily?
Emily Wolford, yes. Thank you. And actually, would you have given the amulet a full go-over?
Yeah.
What languages do you read? As you turn it to the back, and there is something inscribed on the amulet.
Only Common and Infernal.
You cannot understand the language. But you identified this from the first session, so I'll give it to you because you made the great point. It does look like it's in Draconic, the message on the back.
Does anybody speak Draconic here?
I can
do.
read.
There's something inscribed on the back.
What did Isaac say?
I was gonna say I could read Draconic.
Can you get it to Isaac?
Yeah, I'll attempt to pick it up.
Did you pick it up? Nothing happens. You just pick it up.
Alright, I'll run it over to Isaac.
Do you have the movement speed to get there?
If I moved and then would I be able to dash?
Yeah, you can bonus action dash, so. Okay.
Then yeah.
You'll get it to Isaac, and as you look at the writing, Isaac, it reads in Draconic, "To my dear friend Emily, remember that forever you are akin to us, and may fields of platinum await when you rest." That is what it reads, Isaac.
I read it out loud.
Read it aloud.
Can I roll a history check on that? Does it sound familiar? Myths or creation?
Can roll me a history check with advantage. I don't know if... I'll say it's vaguely a myth of creation. As you're smart enough, anyway, to bridge together between the two, things. You know that Bahamut, the Platinum Dragon, is represented by, obviously, Platinum, as he is a Platinum Dragon. And Platinum Fields is used to describe where his most loyal, dedicated followers go. But as well, he is the god of all good dragons, and metallic dragons are generally the good ones, and you know that a silver dragon would, of course, be a metallic dragon.
Mm-hmm.
So you would be able to get that there is some allusion to the god Bahamut in the what it's saying.
Can I cast Identify on the
It's gonna take it. That's a minute cast spell.
That's a minute. Okay.
Yeah.
I assume you say all this and let us know, right?
Yes, I read it. I read the inscription out loud, and I say that it's probably Bahamut.
I look over to Astrid. Since Barrel's occupied and Astrid's the closest one. Try and put this on the body. Maybe it'll protect her in a way. Because the corpse is a woman, right?
Yes. Well, maybe.
Well,
But no, Beryl sees it as a woman, and I'm sure she said that before. So she said she.
And it's also the
so
female screaming, right?
Yeah. So I don't need to be coy. I can't even be a fish.
Yeah. Yeah. So I guess I'll try and hand it out to Astrid.
Do you have the movement to get over to Astrid, or are you waiting for Astrid to come to you?
I don't think I have the movement
Toss
to
it
get
to
to
her.
Astrid. I don't want to toss it just to be,
Sure. So, is that your turn?
Yeah.
Goes to you, Astrid.
Astrid, if you need to do something else, I can run it to her.
I mean, this is just movement. If she hits, so that would be 15. She can take the necklace, and then it will be another 15. Yeah, she'll put the necklace. I mean, is there much of a neck attached to the skull Barrel's holding?
I'd say it.
It's not really a traditional body.
I'm saying the skull is still attached to a neck, as the body is still vaguely attached to like the chest area.
All right, so there's like clavicles to like hold it.
Yeah.
Okay.
The idea of a neck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Use my forearm as the neck.
She'll put it around. Why not?
Okay. As you will put it around the neck, and as you do, it does nothing at first, but then it slowly begins to emit a glow of a platinum color as it rests upon the chest of the agonizingly screaming corpse. And as the screaming continues, as the glowing continues to come forward, the screaming gets quieter and quieter, as if the pain is being eased as it continues on, until there is but silence, and the light of the platinum glow has reached a blinding glow. And there is just a mighty roar that fills the cavernous mausoleum, and then a blinding burst of platinum across the circle, hitting you and Beryl, but not doing anything to you two as it moves over. As the burst goes off, and the room is filled with that blinding light for a moment, and then it instantly fades, and once your eyes get adjusted back to the proper room, the circle is gone, and the corpse lays upon the ground, no longer charred and burnt, just normally several different pieces of remains, and a distant "thank you" is heard as the circle fades and the magic no longer fills the area.
Very good call, Carolina.
I drop the skull and then I just like grab Astrid in a hug, like just bawling my eyes out.
I take 10 damage.
No, she's very, very gentle.
And as that happens, once the circle dissipates, all of the foul magic that was filling the room dissipates as well, and you guys hear a distant screech from further down the room that echoes into silence completely. From like this way, where the banshee went.
Are we in initiative still?
No, initiative is over.
Silas is walking outside.
Let's lay her back to rest.
Bye. Astrid, could you help me collect bits?
Astrid will help.
Okay.
Start picking up the remains and gently moving them to the coffin.
Okay. As you fill the coffin up with remains, what are you going to do with the amulet?
Can I see that? Isaac would say.
You don't get to keep it, but yes.
I just want to know what it does. And I would take a minute to cast Identify on it.
Sure. As he's casting the Identify and you guys fill the coffin back up, are you going to close it or are you going to wait for him to finish the casting?
No.
We're waiting for the amulet.
Are you going to do anything else during the minute, as there are other places to move if you wish to explore further?
Yeah, Astrid's gonna check over here just to make sure, everything's dead.
Beryl's gonna start to put the other corpses, like the skeletons and the zombies, like just start to move them back to their original resting place.
Okay, that's fine. The zombies did come from... Well, the zombies are out... Most of the zombies are outside, so... You're starting with the skeletons.
Came from the
sides, which I'll reveal to you and then describe in a minute. I want to describe what
Sure.
Astrid sees first.
Okay.
as it is a tad more relevant, not important per se, but... Astrid, as you step up here, the first thing you notice is a altar at the side here.
Okay.
What is, you can recognize it pretty commonly as a place where, like, family members would leave offerings to the dead for their memory. You've seen them before. It's a pretty common practice among Raven Queen temples and graveyards and such. And then there's something strange. A platform with 2 sealed tombs at the side of it, and atop the platform, what looks like was a very intricately made stone chest that is, even now, emanating magic that is slowly fading. But you see that it has been smashed open. And there is nothing inside of it.
Are there any nameplates for the 2 coffins on the side?
No. But there is an inscription above the chest. It is not in a language you understand. But it appears similar to the writing on the back of the necklace. So, yeah, you saw it. So, assumedly draconic.
Is the wall actually broken?
The wall isn't broken, the chest is. Oh, okay, that wall is broken, yes. Like, collapsed in as if there was another way going in the past, but that looks old.
Okay. Okay, and she's gonna head back to the main room and check out the other side.
Other side's pretty simple.
Oop. Easy.
Yep. Beryl, as you enter in through over here, you find just several coffins about as you enter, and what looks like in each room a altar where family could lay respects to the dead, and what looks like in this room somewhere to burn incense in the center, and in this room just a brazier for flame.
Okay, yeah, just
and you'd be able to find the corpses, the places where the skeletons came out from, so.
Yeah, okay.
I'll say that during that, well, sorry, Isaac, Silas does step outside. Silas, you do anything when you get outside?
He's just going to...
I should say.
He's gonna...
I should say that when you get to the top of the stairs and get outside, you see the corpses of the zombies just laying just in different places outside the mausoleum. Now actually corpses, back to their inanimate state.
I mean, Silas isn't going back in there, but he will shout in, more bodies out here, and then he'll just kind of lean against the wall and starts to hum a tune he learned from someone when he was a kid. That's it.
Okay. Say before anything else happens, by this point, Isaac finishes casting the Identify. As Isaac, this is an amulet of dragon kinship. As you learn that this is an item that was given by a dragon to someone considered both a friend to their kind and to them personally. As what it does is the person attuned to the item learns the language Draconic, gains resistance to cold damage. 1 second, I think it's cold. Let me just double check that, though. Why is it not giving me my thing? Cool. It is cold. As it gives resistance to cold damage, immunity to the paralyzation effect. The wielder cannot be paralyzed by magical means. And the wearer and the attuned wearer gains proficiency in persuasion and charisma checks that aren't deception. Wait, no, it's just persuasion. They gain proficiency in persuasion checks made to when speaking with dragons, and if you already have proficiency, you gain expertise when speaking with dragons.
What's Astrid doing right now?
She's patiently waiting for you to tell her what this thing does.
Okay.
I would say that stands because she did something pretty simple, which was just go check different sides of the room.
Okay. Isaac will say to Astrid that this amulet wards off evil and has a moderately strong blessing on it. And I will roll a deception.
Yeah, Astrid's gonna insight that because she knows you like shiny magic things.
Do you have advantage, Isaac?
Do I have advantage? Would you insight that?
Yes! You already did this once in the Minotaur place!
You literally did.
I do not have advantage.
Then, Astrid, you get the feeling he's not really giving you a full story or telling you a full.
So what else does it do, Isaac?
Unless you speak Draconic.
Well, either way, you're not keeping it. Give it to me. She holds her hand out.
I'm a big boy, Astrid, and he turned to the casket, put in the casket, the casket, and as he does, because he has his rod in hand, he's going to touch the rod to it.
Oh.
Are you sure?
100%.
She's watching him, for the record.
My
so...
hands are in the casket. I could roll sleight of hand.
Oh my god.
I mean, I would give that Astrid might not necessarily know what he would be doing with touching the rod to it anyway, even if
The rod is always in my hand.
she did say it.
Yeah.
Which, assuming she's watching him, she'd see him go to do it, but again, I don't think Astrid would know what that necessarily means. But
Wait a moment, what's that?
if Isaac is just going to try and do it quickly, he can roll sleight of hand. So it wouldn't be done quick enough for her to not interject, at the very least, if that stops you or not.
It doesn't stop me. If anything, he would say, I'm giving it a send-off. I can roll deception again.
I want to hit him with something.
Can I roll deception first?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I'm gonna need a really good one. No. I believe you.
Well, I want to correct the notion, and this isn't me trying to screw you over, Anthony, I promise you that. Because you're going to be quick enough to get it done anyway. Inciting someone and not getting that they're lying does not necessarily mean you believe them. You don't necessarily have to believe him, but you just don't have a reason to believe he's lying.
Yeah, it's a difference of 10, so I'm giving this to him.
Sure, I'm just saying for like these future references. You don't automatically have to believe someone because you insight check them.
It's just like, it's just
you don't
like
even
she
have to
doesn't
think. You don't even have to think someone is lying. You don't even have to think someone's lying and have to insight check someone. You can just think someone's lying without insight checking them. So, nonetheless, Isaac, you go to touch it to the magic item, and you're absolutely sure.
Yeah, I am touching the rod. I am trying to absorb its power, if I'm being direct.
No, I know what you're trying to do.
Okay.
But
I
as
think we all know what you're doing.
as the rod touches against the amulet,
And he would say in his mind, sorry, old girl, you can't take it with you.
as the rod touches against the amulet, magic quickly surges from it, and a purple light emanates from the rod as it's pressing against the amulet, as the amulet completely turns to dust. And magic is pulled from it into the rod.
What did you do? So I saw the purple light. I don't know the amulet's dust yet. I saw the purple light.
I borrowed it.
Isaac, I need you to tell me what else the amulet did.
It was given. I'll be straight with you, because I've clearly been, a little deceptive.
Yeah, clearly.
It was given to this person who I'm assuming is Emily Wolford by a dragon.
Yes, that was obvious from the inscription.
Have any of you even met a dragon?
No.
No.
I have! They're enormous and they're very prideful.
What happens?
Well, this is one of the good dragons, I'm pretty sure.
No.
They aren't going to take this nicely if they ever find out about it. And considering what a bad liar you are, I wouldn't put it past you to simply blurt it out next time you see a dragon.
Wait, Isaac, what did you do?
Oh, he destroyed the amulet.
Not intentionally.
What do you mean not intentionally? Why would you accidentally destroy something? How would you destroy something like that?
At what point, would I be done putting all the bodies away?
Oh, yeah, assumedly, you can hear all of this happening while you put the bodies away, and you'd probably be somewhat done by this point.
Okay, I just want to be, aware of, where in the conversation I catch up.
Unless you went to go outside.
Not if I started hearing that. At least not at first.
Yeah, I don't think you would have gotten a chance to go outside quite yet, within the minute.
Yeah, because I've had to travel through multiple rooms, so...
Well... Yeah, sure. No, you're probably still there.
Isaac would say, look, we did the girl a favor. We pretty much say... She thanked us at the end. I think we were owed a little reward.
No, to someone who... a dead person who's been dead for years?
She wasn't going to need it anymore. Some of us are still living.
She needed it when she was being fucking extracted or whatever Beryl saw.
What's this about destroying something?
Isaac,
destroyed the amulet.
What? Why?
It wasn't on purpose, Beryl. I promise you that.
Because he's stupid, that's why.
I'll give you that.
And he definitely has some other motive, I would assume.
You're just supposed to put it back.
Yeah.
We said you could look at it and then you'd put it back and give it back to her. You lied, Mr. Darrow?
I intended to put it back. I didn't think it was going to turn to dust.
Yeah. He also didn't think it would be that valuable, I assume.
Intentions do not equal consequences, Mr. Darrow.
Listen, I'm all for stealing stuff, but, something like this, after what we just experienced, I would say leave it. But, assuming that you have no care for the dead, I guess it doesn't matter to you.
I stomp up to him. And I'm, towering over him now. We also gave Mr. Perpetuar our word. We would not do anything to disturb any of the artifacts or people here.
Well, Beryl, it's up to you all if you tell him or not. But I'll say this. I'm living. I needed it.
I
Well,
hope
you
it
might
was
not
worth
be
it.
leaving for long.
What'd you say, Carolina?
Nothing.
Was that an out of
I hope-
character? What'd you say, or was
That
that?
was an out of character.
Okay. So he was asking out of character. What you said, not in character.
Oh, that
Yeah.
was out of character.
Yeah,
Oh,
sorry.
I said not for long. Maybe.
Maybe not for
Not
long,
for-
was I believe what she
Yeah,
said.
maybe not for long.
Beryl just says,
Beryl, could you escort Mr. Darrow and follow me?
I... Oh, where are we going?
Just farther back into the tomb. If he's going to act like this, we can at least get some use out of him.
Damn.
Help you in
Yeah, she's
whatever
gonna
way
lead you
possible.
guys to the back room.
All right.
All right, real quick.
I'm gonna go wait outside.
Okay.
I will take Isaac firmly by the arm.
Soul. Silas went outside. Would you have followed him out, or I'm going to ask you what you would have been doing? He casted Identify on the amulet. Some things found out, and then the amulet's... Long story short, the amulet's not really an amulet anymore. But, there was a minute for casting Identify, and then Silas went out instantly outside.
She would have went with Silas.
Okay. Is there anything you're doing while you're out there?
No? Well, checking in on Silas. About it.
He's just zoning out and humming a melodic tune.
Okay. Carolina, you step outside.
Yeah.
Okay. And you'd step outside and you'd see all them and you'd see the corpses of the zombies.
God.
Assuming you're saying that in character.
Yeah.
Okay.
What happened?
They'll tell you when they come out. I need to take a... I need to sit down for a minute. I'm just gonna sit down on the ground. I'm still, like, weak as shit, so...
Yeah, Carolina looks
I'm
bad.
just gonna,
That was a lot. And
Yeah.
she'd hand her water skin.
I'll take it.
Alright.
I'll, airdrop a fucking drink.
So, I know it's late, but would you guys want to take a break right now? 5 minutes?
I would like that, actually.
So let's take
Sure.
5 minutes then. So we're going to take a 5-minute break. We'll be back at 10:15. And as well, we started late. If we need to, we can go in a half hour late as well. If need be. So 5 minutes.
Okay, be back.
back into it.
Good luck, guys.
Alrighty.
Yeah. Oh boy.
So before we pick up back with the people inside, Josie would have stepped outside, as the conflict was happening inside the, mausoleum. And if you want to describe how you say yourself how she looked when she stepped outside as well, you can again.
Yeah, she would have looked almost like emotionally unreachable, like she couldn't process what was happening, and so she just left and kind of sat down. Not catatonic, that's extreme, but like definitely a little out of it, and just sort of sat down next to wherever Silas was.
Okay.
I will not that this is going to change a thing, but just so you're aware, Karina, Josie would have certainly heard the song him hum that before. It would be the song he hummed every time he returned from his one close friend's place before the tragedy happened.
Karina had guessed that, so
Yeah,
makes sense.
But upon seeing Josie come out like that, Silas Wood stopped after a few moments of Josie not saying anything. All right, Carolina, and now you're...
Oh, she would have come out
It
before
would have been
Carolina.
before Carolina.
Yeah.
Oh, before Carolina.
Yeah,
All right,
apologies.
so after so actually it wouldn't have been until after Carolina came out, and so she did then. All right, that makes two of you. What happened in there?
I'll look at Josie to see if she wants to say it.
She sort of just like shakes her head.
So Isaac destroyed the amulet.
Silas's jaw like drops. Destroyed.
Yeah.
Why? How I'll get to later. Why?
Carolina will just look up at Silas and go, have you met Isaac?
Yes, he likes to collect magic items, not destroy them.
Sure. I think his words were, I didn't know it was going to turn to dust. So, I don't know, I didn't see, but there was like a flash of purple light, so.
Silas runs his hand over the front of his face. I told him I gave him the talk about some things are not in a place or a time that you take from, and others on and need to. He like thumbs at the front of his forehead a few times.
Yeah. Wow.
I'm gathering he's already been yelled at, probably by you and likely by Astrid and Beck.
Yeah. I'm just, like, this is just too much right now. I'm not in, like, a state of body or mind to really yell at him, but, like, it's stupid. But, you know.
I'm not seeking to lecture him again. I already gave my instructional lecture once. I'm not his parent. However, you rest, not, as you said, in good physical condition. Sister, I was already doing resting out here, so you take your reprieve as well. Thank you for bringing me up, Soul.
Yeah.
Not a problem. It sounds like what happened was an accident, and we were.
I don't think it was an accident.
What makes you say that?
You're giving Isaac too little credit. Isaac is an intelligent person. He's just not always the wisest. He may not have known exactly what was going to happen, but he had a good idea. So, I was like, but as I'm gathering Beryl will be busy, I'm going to I'll bring the bodies inside. Silas says that as if he really doesn't want to do it, but he's just trying to get this done faster. Mm-hmm. So he goes and I'll start dragging, because he's not strong enough to outright carry him. He's gonna with all the dead weight, he's gonna start dragging the bodies back to their resting places. The three zombies that are out there. Yeah,
sure, you can do that. As you're doing that, Astrid, Beryl, and Isaac, man of the hour. What are you guys doing?
Well, I'm just physically pulling Isaac into the room.
Yep. What does that say?
I look towards the writing. What does it say?
Okay. 1 second. I need to give the name. As it says, written in Draconic, those who seek to respect the memory of my dear friend Turvit may lay their respects here. Those who have entered in with the covenant of the dragons may find what they seek inside, should they wish to pay respects where he rests.
Read it out loud. Word for word.
Say that last thing after the dragons first.
So it was those who has entered the covenant of the dragons, can find what they seek inside if they wish to pay respects where he rests. That is the name. Well, he said he was reading it word for word, correct, Isaac?
Yeah.
So there's not exactly a lie there.
No, but I understand.
Oh, no, I know, but I don't trust him anymore.
No, I know, I'm just saying.
Okay, after he's read it, she'll say, thank you, and then she's gonna leave.
And this was in front of the chest that has the massive hole in it, as well.
Yeah.
As magic is fading from it, more and more. So what are you guys doing after you read it?
Astrid's leaving to regroup with the others.
Beryl, Isaac?
I'm going to walk over to the bits of rubble in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
Pick up two reasonably sized chunks.
Mm-hmm.
Bring them back to the altar, and then I'm going to as best as I can shape one of them into a rudimentary Raven Queen statue, and then the other one into a rudimentary dragon shape.
Sure, you can crudely make those shapes in a quick enough time.
And then just rest them on the altar.
Sure.
And without saying a word the entire time, and then just walk out.
Isaac?
You said there's a hole in the chest?
Yes.
I'm gonna look inside.
Nothing inside. The contents
inside?
are completely empty. It's completely empty. The content's gone.
Okay, then I'll follow the rest.
Okay. As you go to exit, you all would catch Silas moving the corpses in as you get toward the front, as you would see them.
I'll give him a hand.
Thank you. You're a bit heavy for me to lift more than a few feet.
Hey, it's all right. Just gentle now. And if Silas is just kind of like
he'll assist.
you'll assist. Okay, yeah, then
Okay.
continue with
So you
that.
two are going to finish doing that, and I assume Astrid and Isaac will step outside as they do that.
Yep.
So during the few seconds of them doing that, while they're inside, is anything happening outside as Astrid and Isaac come out? God, I like this song. I'm going to take that as a no. So Beryl and Silas finish up pretty quickly, and then they come outside as all of you are outside together.
So we ready to go?
I think one thing should be straightened out before we do. Cohesion of a group of individuals and all.
Okay.
What is and what is not being shared with Mr. Perpetua? I don't have a opinion either way. I simply thought best that we have our story straight before we speak to him.
Well, Astrid, Beryl, how do you feel?
Beryl just like takes a fist and just like smashes it into the ground like a solid half a foot.
Astrid?
The necklace's power was used during the fight, and afterwards it disintegrated.
Yeah, it might be best to go with that story.
Not a lie, technically.
Truth with a minor omission. Best to go that route, I would surmise.
Isaac won't say anything. He'll stand like about 10 feet back and just kind of just nod.
Any issues with that are going to sprout themselves in conversation with Mr. Perpetua? Gauging if anyone looks like they're gonna, screw up the minor omission.
Beryl just stands up in a huff and starts walking out.
Alright. I hope that means Beryl won't.
Yeah.
Would you like me to tell him, Astrid?
If you could, that would be very helpful for me. Yes, thank you.
Probably best that those that were directly affected by what had happened aren't a part of that conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Isaac would nod once again.
Let's return to Mr. Perpetua and inform him of the undead scourge that was upon Crypt. Was there any robbery of there? I apologize. I did not investigate.
A chest was destroyed and ransacked, if anything was inside it.
I'll share that as well then. And the undead apparently has been taken care of.
So you guys going to
Let's
return
go.
to Mr. Perpetua?
We should also tell him about the ritual that was taking place. Well, whatever it was, maybe not a ritual, but with the circle.
It was likely a magical ritual that caused the circle. You weren't far from the truth. That's not a problem. Sal's gonna offer his hand out to help his sister up off the ground.
Yeah,
I'll
she'll take
take
it.
it.
Still pretty wordless.
James.
I know who he's talking about.
He said his sister.
Oh, I thought I just heard him say her.
Yeah, you're both hers. And you're both on the ground. That is fair, but yeah, I did mean Josie. Apologies.
Carolina goes to take the hand. Is like, oh, okay.
Oh, not me. All right.
Nah.
She does that thing where she pretends she had to like scratch her head.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, look at the time.
get that out of the way. You know. Bit of an itchy lad, you know.
I guess off we go.
Okay. As you return back to Mr. Perpetua's, you do not find him outside, as the doors to the temple are open and the wagon outside is still filled with the statues. And as you approach the doors, if you do, you see him praying at the altar of the Raven Queen. As you approach, do you go up and you interrupt him, or what are you going to do?
I'm gonna interrupt him all the way from the doorway because Silas isn't walking in.
Mm-hmm. So you're just gonna call out to him?
Mr. Perpetua.
As he'd stop, and stand up, as he'd begin to walk over swiftly, and he'd go, I'm glad you all returned. I had heard the cawing of the ravens, so I assume that something happened at the graveyard.
Yes, there was certainly undead there. Moreover, there was a foul draconic ritual circle
Draconic.
that was around the corpse of the Emily Wolford corpse that had been strewn from her casket.
That's horrid.
We dealt with the undead. The amulet that belonged to her was pivotal in ending the effects of said circle, which completely dissipated the circle as platinum energy dispersed, and all of the undead were also dispatched that were remaining by said energy. We returned the bodies to where they belonged. Sadly, the amulet that was pivotal in ending the powers of the circle resulted in ash. As well of note, there was a chest that was broken open and found empty.
So someone robbed the place. A chest. There are several inside the mausoleum from what I understand. Which one?
Under the draconic inscription.
The chest of the conclave. Not conclave. The chest of the dragon's covenant. Damn. That has not been opened in decades.
Based on the thank you that was heard after the dissipation of the undead in the circle, I would say we at the very least salvaged the individual Emily Wolford from whatever fate was beguiling her.
You said the circle was draconic.
Yes.
Strange. I suppose that there are cruel ironies in the world, then. Nonetheless, thank
Draconic
you.
is a language that can be used for magic. It's not inherently good nor evil.
Emily Wolford, during her life, was considered a good friend to the dragons of Destin. That is why I consider it ironic, from what I understand.
She was saved by a dragon's powers, so...
It is a shame that her amulet did not survive the process. I did not know much of it, just that it was a gift from her dear friend, the silver dragon Turvit.
we get a spelling?
It's in the chat already.
Oh, okay. Apologies.
It's alright. But if the chambers had been robbed, I have to find out what was held inside of them. Damn. What a horrid day. And I need to start figuring out who was there and who wasn't as well.
Might help us figure out who had undead that appeared as townsfolk attack the town earlier.
Not many people
Likely
visit.
could have came from there.
Not many people visit the graveyard here. I do not believe that anyone from the town in recent memory has come.
Well, if it helps, the mausoleum wasn't actually unlocked, or it wasn't actually locked. So, if perhaps it was originally locked, whoever got in would have had a key.
Or they could have
Or
picked the
been a
lock.
skilled lockpick.
Yes. That is possible, but as he goes through his things. Well, I have the spare keys here. And you all... No, sorry. You guys have the spare keys, not him. As he goes, well, I have the main keys here, and you all have the spare keys. So I don't know who could have gotten in the other key.
It's more likely it was picked.
Isaac would chime up from a distance and say, does the Wolford family still live here, and do they have keys?
Wolford family has not, existed for quite some time. The lineage died.
I would also use this opportunity to give him the keys back.
So you take them, and he nodded to you.
Historical tragedy, then, that a relic of a ended line also ended.
Yes, and I have theories about what they could have stolen, but I don't know for sure. All I know is that, allegedly, that chest was used to protect the information of the last resting place of the Silver Dragon Turvet.
Huh. I think I'm looking not toward Mr. Furter at this point, but over to the whatever group members are nearby. I think we have just stumbled upon the target that they are going to be seeking next. It's like an awful mighty individual for the purposes of the ritual that we're trying to prevent. Well, Mr. Perpetua, I believe we need to get this information to those we're working with on this investigation immediately.
Well, alright. I will leave the statues out. I'm not asking you all to help me put them up. Still, you've all done a lot and you all look badly hurt. I suggest at least seeking out a healer or getting some rest. So he looks to you, Carolina, and goes, perhaps you should seek the Temple of Krzevi and seek healing there, though. You look ill.
That sounds like a good idea.
Beryl chimes up and says, I'll place the statues.
Where's Beryl at? HP
Stay
was?
as a group as we...
I'm just standing by the cart.
No, HP was, I meant.
Oh. She's bloody.
I appreciate the offer, but you are injured. you should at least come back tomorrow and perhaps do it then.
It'd be an honor.
At the very least, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Looking to Beryl, at the very least, we should share this information, Satanta, if not anyone else, and see those members of our little group that need healing get healed. Including you, Beryl.
Just kind of like picks at her nails and like brushes some
Including me.
some dirt off of her shoulder. I'm all right. Not much can be done, but
Let's see what the priests of Grizevi have to say. That matter. Repertoire, if you leave these out, I'm sure they'll get taken care of in a timely enough manner.
Thank you for your assistance, and with this, I have no reward to offer. If I could, I would, though, as you all had put yourself in great peril.
No thanks is required. We are already working on this task beforehand.
Well, I hope that the blessings of the Raven Queen go with you.
Silas's head just tilts just a little bit at that. And like almost pauses to not say what he was going to say as a knee-jerk response, and I hope some sort of blessing comes to you.
Just nods.
I could feel her presence in the mausoleum. Your prayers definitely helped us. Thank you.
Says nothing. He just nods.
I mean, the group doesn't stick around, so I was going to start heading towards... Oh, not towards anywhere, just into town, away from here, because he doesn't know whether we're going to the temple first or looking for the tunnel first.
Okay.
I mean, we have an appointment with Satanta around noon anyway.
What time is it?
I don't know.
Getting out of the city, then getting back into the town. Town. Probably about an hour from noon. Yeah, I'm not going to be coy about it. You'd be able to find out the time from local guard and such.
Let's go by the temple briefly and then go to meet with Satanta then.
Sounds good to me.
So where are you heading? The Temple of Grizevi? So are you still going to move toward the meeting place, or are you going to go with the group toward the temple?
She's gonna go to the meeting place first.
Okay. Well, the meeting place is the estate of the lady, whatever her name is, the drow woman that isn't lady. What?
Elsani?
Elsani is Lady Elsani.
She's moving that direction.
Okay. Sure. Are you, going to just find somewhere to wait near the area?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And the rest of the group is going to the temple? Okay. Are you doing anything while you're waiting, Soul?
That place is nowhere near the market or anything, is it?
Take a look. It would not be, no.
Hmm.
It wouldn't be far, but it's not, like, close to it. It would still be a bit of a walk between the market and there.
She has an hour. She'd go looking for a general shop first.
What are you looking to buy?
Incense.
You'd probably need to find, well, actually, no, you could probably find normal burning incense at a general shop, as long as you're not looking for, like, a holy variety of it.
No, she's not looking for a holy variety.
Yeah, okay. So, give me 1 second to pull up prices for you. Yeah, you'd be able to buy a thing of burning incense for a gold piece.
Then after, she would walk towards the meeting spot and hang out there if it's too early.
Are you buying one piece or a couple?
A couple.
Okay. You can just let me know how much you buy in a DM. Not a huge deal.
Like, how much comes... Like, how many in a set? Or is it just, like, one...
It's a block of incense as a gold piece.
Oh, that's all she wants is a... She'll take 2 blocks. Sorry.
Okay.
That's it.
No problem. Okay. As she does that, you all are heading to the Temple of Giuseppe. And an almost completely different... complete duality, diametric to the Raven Queen Temple, as you approach a very well-maintained, very well-constructed, and very new-looking temple. As you approach this large stone temple that has even still people moving inside of it, and see people outside as well, sitting upon the steps, and people just around the area of the temple. And directly outside the temple, there is a statue of, what is the symbol that is depicted on the statue? What looks like a statue that is built to look of like a blooming flower sat in the middle of 3 golden rays. I shouldn't be able to forget that symbol with how things are in how things were in other games. But as you approach the temple, the doors are not closed and are completely open, and there are queues of people entering inside, though you can see there's 2 different ways to enter. You see that most people are heading toward a temple area on the left side, though you see some people who look injured entering on the right side, where you can see what looks like a wide open room, a wide open rectangular room that has like a bunch of different people sat in it, besides statues and what look like priests tending to them near pools of water and such.
That's the side I would head on, the right side.
Okay. As you would enter in, as immediately upon entering, you're greeted by a priest who looks to you and goes, "Oh, you don't look very good, dear sister."
I don't feel very good.
Right. Why don't we get you a healer then? As he looks around.
Great, thank you.
Unfortunately, we don't have... Well, we only appear to have one healer who could see you. And, well... Now, is that true? 1 second. Yeah, 1 second. Unfortunately, we only have one healer here who could see you. And that is unfortunate only because dear priest Mercy is a bit eccentric. So if you would rather avoid eccentricities from your caregiver, you would have to wait.
I kind of need help now, so.
Yeah, I can see that. There is a monetary cost that comes with the healing, but you don't have to pay it back immediately. Will have to be paid back over time.
And what's the cost?
I don't know. Priest Mercy will have to find that out.
Will she be able to see the rest of us too?
He will be able to look upon you all if necessary.
Yeah, that would be great.
Though I will say, you are in good hands. He is eccentric, as I said, but he is probably the most powerful healer at this temple.
Well,
As you will be led by him.
are the others following, or?
You all following?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. As you follow and you are approached to the back of the temple where he has his own special chambers here. Apologies. As you would approach the side of a room that is blocked off by what look like these purple, trying to think. Where is it? Purple, like, satin, what are they called? Not curtains. They're not curtains, but they're like drapes, I guess, sure. These purple satin drapes, curtains, whatever, that sit beside the, what would be an open doorway. As they sit, they're very nicely made. A sort of deep, dark purple, and a scent of lavender emanates from them as well. As he said, he's just in here, I will inform him. As he will slide the curtain away, and you would follow him into a darker room that is just filled overwhelmingly, almost to the point where it doesn't smell nice anymore, somewhat, with the smell of lavender, as something burns in the room, just emanating the smell. The room is dark, and at the back of the room there is a large bed where atop the purple coverings of it, there is what looks like a man, tiefling man, with cherry red skin, and short black hair that is somewhat braided and goes down, who has a single horn that comes off of his the left side of his head, that is coming off the side of him, but no indication of another horn on the other side, as if nothing there, no bump or anything, just a normal like side of the head, just a single horn, as he lays with these deep yellow eyes, as he is sat on the bed, dressed in not robes, but almost like a bathrobe of sorts, as he just lays there on his side, just sort of sprawled out. As the priest would go, Priest Mercy, these individuals have come to, well, seek your healing. One of them looks very, very badly hurt. As he would stir, and he'd look up with sort of lazy, sleepy eyes as a voice would speak out, and he'd go, "Oh. So some have come to actually seek my great healing prowess. Wonderful. Begone, you man person." he just looks, and he almost seems grateful to be dismissed as he just walks out. As the man sits up, as he takes his hand out, and he looks to all of you and goes... As he goes to speak, nothing comes out. He squints his eyes. Looks to the side, towards the wall. Nothing there. Looks to the other wall. It's like an expression on his face, like thinking. What time is it? Is it evening, afternoon, day? Morning?
It's morning.
It's morning! Good morning to you folk, then. I am Priest Mercy the Great. Healer, mender of wounds, curer of ailments, and overall pleasant man to be around. How can I help you?
I hear that you're the best healer that we have here, that they have here.
You're very correct in saying that, very pale tiefling-like ghost.
Yes, I'm here today because I am not doing so well.
Yes, they didn't tell me you were a tiefling.
They
clicks
didn't
his
tell
tongue.
me you were a tiefling either.
Yeah, they should do that.
The problem with an individual's race.
Wow. Most races? No, not really. Tieflings... nonetheless, I've never turned someone away because they're a tiefling, though perhaps I should. But, well, who am I to judge? I'm also, unfortunately, a tiefling. So, how can I help you, ghostly tiefling? What have you been afflicted by?
Whatever I was afflicted by has weakened me to insane amounts, and I haven't felt this bad in a long time.
Some nasty ghost folks sucked her life force.
Yes.
So they sucked the life out of her.
Yeah.
They always get you that way.
That they do.
Well, come here then, as he just, gestures you forward with the finger. I must examine you.
I'll walk over to him.
Do you have any pre-existing medical conditions I should be aware of?
No.
I see. As
Not
he,
that I know of.
his two fingers glow and he places a hand to your cheek. As he closes his eyes and magic flows through you and he goes, yes. It appears your vitality and life force were being sucked from you like a pleasant drink by these specters, you said.
Yes.
Shouldn't let that happen.
It honestly wasn't my first, intention.
It should be next time. To not let it happen, that is. I could probably fix you, but it's going to cost money.
How much money are we talking?
Looks you over as you see him eyeing you up and down. First time here?
Yes.
150 gold.
Okay.
Mercy.
I am working with the town, though. And...
Now, hold on a moment, Dia, as he puts a finger up to your mouth and it just puts it on your lip. Yes.
As my friend was starting to explain, roundabout, more importantly, we're doing work for both the mayor and one uh, important individual named Setanta.
I know of him.
We're looking into the
Boring man, I can tell you
investigating
that.
the ordeal that happened the other day, the attack that hit a couple parts of town. It
I
is what
see.
partially what led us to the incident that we were at. What that's worth. I'm sure the mayor and the famous knight would be appreciative of your aid.
Yeah, famous for not being, well, never mind. Business with Sitanta aside, that doesn't really have anything to do with me. Like, I'm happy that you guys have work. Good for you, champs. But that doesn't sound like it involves me. I'm not like a town worker, if that's what you think I am. I'm more of a private employee.
Oh, well, I suppose we'll just simply have to go somewhere else.
If you'd like. I'm charging a very reasonable price for this. I'm charging the 100 for the component cost for the spell that I'm going to cast, the 50 for the fully restoring of your vitality, though if you don't want your vitality fully restored, it can be cheapened. I just assumed you'd want to be in tip-top condition.
Carolina, do you need money?
No.
But I can assure you, if you want to go somewhere else, you won't find anywhere that will charge you only for the material component cost and the cost of healing him. Mind you, I wouldn't do that either, but this is her first time here. She smiles.
Well,
I would say it's up to my friend Carolina.
you are the best, so I would like the best treatment.
And there you have it. At least you know what you're talking about, at the very least.
Yeah.
We have a deal then? Would you like to be paying upfront all of it now, or would you like to be on some sort of payment plan?
I can pay it up front now.
Excellent. Let me heal you first, then you can present the gold to me. Assuming you don't rip me off, that should be fine. As, you see him reach into a pouch at the side of his, bathrobe and pull out a pile of, what looks like sparkling, dust. As he then, reaches his, hand out and he casts a spell that moves over you, Carolina, as your max HP is restored. As you are no longer at, you no longer have your max HP reduced. Then after that, he will wipe his hands clean of the dust and place both hands on your shoulders and doing like a tap tap thing, and you will be healed to your max HP. And there you have it, all bedded now. As fit as a fiddle.
Would I still be able to play the fiddle?
Well, tieflings and fiddles go a little bit too well.
I couldn't before.
I've always wanted to learn.
Whatever. No, never mind.
Well, thank you for your time. 150 is what we agreed on, right?
Yes, we did. Not a penny more, not a penny less. No tip necessary, please don't give anything like that.
Okay. Yeah, I'll pay him the gold.
So take the gold, look it over. So just play with it in his hands. He goes, does anybody else require any mending of wounds, things like that?
Out of character. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but did Astrid also get afflicted?
Oh yeah, she did. She stopped paying this guy.
What's wrong with this
She
guy?
can just go to fuck to sleep.
Well, Beryl doesn't know that, but is Astrid, like, visibly as weakened as Carolina was?
No.
Not as weakened, but she is still under the effects of the thing, so she does have some showings of it. She looks a bit more frail, and her skin is a bit more pigmented white.
Okay. Astrid, are you alright?
Oh yes, I'm perfectly fine.
Oh, alright. Silas?
The healing that I require is minor.
Right. Well,
Would you like me to go first, Barrow?
are we all getting healing from him?
Not waste your time. Sister or priest, what would be your preferred title?
Just Mercy's fine.
Mercy?
Yes.
How much would it cost for just a simple healing? Something less complex.
I'd tell you you're probably better off just taking an hour if you really just need simple healing. But if you really want to pay for it, I charge 20 gold per simple healing.
I will take my hour. Beryl, you're a bit more wounded than I?
As much as I'm...
no. Sol helped me out before we left. So I'm really quite alright.
Yes, as much as I love
That's
money,
right, you're not.
I don't see any reason to rip folk off. An hour will be fine for anyone that is minorly hurt, that isn't exhausted enough that they can't heal from an hour of rest.
Right then. Alana is tip top. Shall we go then?
For future reference, Tiefling, should the same thing occur again and you get your life sucked out of you through a straw, full 8 hours of sleep should get you good. Most of the time will fix it. Might not, depending on what you're dealing with.
That is good to know.
It is late morning, so... It was a pleasure to meet you, Mercy.
Ta-ta.
I'll send now.
I guess we'll head out then.
Alright. As you all head out, as you exit the temple, is there anything you need to do, talk to, or say before you head to your next place?
I got nothing.
Okay. So here's what we're going to do. You guys are going to head out to head back to where they are. As you are heading to where you're going to meet with Satanta. On the way there, and Sol, this will affect you too, because I'm going to say you'd be exiting the market around this time. Or would be exiting the market, but we're going to end as this is happening. As you arrive at the market near one of the buildings near toward where you can see a bunch of guard are set up, there is a bit of a commotion going on as you see a bunch of guard encircling an area, and then, looking exhausted, the guard captain approaching the area as all of you would meet up through a stretch of the means as you're passing by the market, including Soul, as you see that happening. And whether you decide to investigate it or not next session, we are going to end session there. With that being seen.
Alrighty.
As that is the session, I hope all of you had fun, as we will pick up next week with continuing where we left off. So that's going to be that. I'm going to say goodbye to the stream.
Bye,
Does anyone else
stream.
want to say goodbye?
Stream.
Rogue got the cool sunglasses on before he says goodbye, so it's good. As he's got the goggles on, and I'm going to say goodbye real quick to them, so.
Alright.
Yep. Okay.
Alright.
Come on, don't do this. There we go. Thanks for watching, those of you that did today. If you enjoyed, give a follow. Jump back with us next week, and we'll watch along once more. Nonetheless, you all have a good night. See ya.